hearing it. Are you guys still hearing it? All right, maybe we're rolling now. Welcome to LOCKBEARD Phenomena number 109, Paranormal Livestream Apocalypse. Saturday, October 7th, 2023. Running a little late because I having trouble getting certain things to work, but we are back on YouTube. Check the chat. Danny says we hear you. Awesome. Go back to the top of the chat. My cool dog. That's a new name. Says return of the king. Bark bark. Welcome, my cool dog. That was an early chat. 1:41 p.m. today, Central Time. Danny checking in about an hour ago. Gary Johnson says the cool one's here. Yep, sure am. Angel says glad to see you back on YouTube. Thanks. I can't live stream the both unless I get the upgraded version of StreamYard again, which gets all those features that I was abusing. So, and one of those features is being able to live stream to both Rumble and YouTube. You can only live stream to one platform with the basic package. Of course, this also makes it where I only got 20 hours of live stream time a month, so pretty much no random lives. Maybe sneak one in, but probably not. So welcome to Gary, welcome to Angel, welcome Sleeping Beauty. Danny says some in the black. Gary says it's that woo sort of thing going on here. No, it's just technical nonsense. I still didn't get fixed what I needed to have fixed, so I had to find a different way to show you. So I mean, apparently, even if I give you the link to the LOCKBEARD YouTube Paranormal live stream TV guide, the link that's in the old descriptions, I think that'll work now. It wasn't working. I think it'll work now, but the problem is it brings up the old version. This isn't the upgraded version or the updated version. So I had to send the updated version to my email, and then we're having to view it through that for now, so I can figure out how to get this stupid thing to update to where you guys can go to the link and see the TV guide anytime you want, like you used to. But I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why it's not working. It should be working, but I'll just have to keep fiddling with it until something happens. I've had to delete tons of files trying to get down below because my iCloud storage is topped out, and can't afford to buy more, blah blah blah, and you have to share it on iCloud to share it with people. So you see my problem. Sleeping Beauty says probably because the word canceled is in the headlines. Oh no, that's not it. That's not even. It's not in the title. So even if that word was an issue. Icon says, well, for Pete's sake, whoop them technical difficulties. So I never could. I don't know what the problem is. It should be working, but it's not. This is probably YouTube messing with him. Surprisingly, not today. It wasn't YouTube. Danny says, "Oh my God, it's still not in." Icon says, "Maybe he forgot how to stream. Squeeze harder." Man. There it is. Finally popped up on the screen there. Angel says, "Not even showing on Rumble that you are going live." Yeah, because like I don't know if you already heard what I said a while ago. I can't stream to both, so I had to pick one. It'll be uploaded to Rumble later, so it will end up on Rumble, but it's just not going to be live on Rumble. So, an area reception issue. Finally, for fuck's sakes. Greetings, Danny. Says greetings, Beard Knowledge. Icon says Salito Achaeos. Howdy, chat. What's up? There is audio. Yeah. Yeah, audio. Danny says we hear you. Gary says, "What's with this Rumble channel? I hear you talk about. Never been on it." Gary, well, YouTube is problematic to deal with. So a lot of people have their channels on Rumble as well. Rumble's like YouTube, only it has free speech there for the most part, it seems like. And so it now Rumble has its problems, but if you want to be able to say what you want, you got to be on Rumble. Some people don't even bother with YouTube anymore. There's certain people, certain channels, they don't have a channel on YouTube anymore, and they're only on Rumble. So, and because YouTube just deletes me over and over again, like you can't find most of my older videos on YouTube anymore, but you can find all of them on my Rumble channel, which is also called LOCKBEARD. So, check it out. Check it out. Uncle Bones, welcome, Uncle Bones. What's up? Angel says, "I honestly like YouTube better for lives. Rumble lags way behind for me. End up 5 minutes behind." Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if Rumble is really being serious about truly competing with YouTube. They need to fix things that are wrong with Rumble that don't compete with YouTube. They need to step it up. And they're not doing it. So I'm wondering if the reason is because it's just a scam in itself. So they make people think, well, Rumble's coming. And it never really upgrades to where it can actually compete with YouTube because they got some secret back deal with YouTube, possibly. And so I've been waiting for Rumble to fix all the crap that's wrong with it. Every so often they fix a little bit of this and that, but I don't know what the hell the problem is. It's been forever. So, what are you going to do? So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is, for now, is live stream to YouTube. And Rumble has the auto syncing feature where every time a new video appears on my YouTube channel, it automatically uploads over to Rumble. And so we'll just do it that way, like which we were doing before. If people remember back in the long ago, that's what I was doing, because I couldn't live stream to Rumble until they changed the policies at Rumble. So they're always navigating all this nonsense, and stop it. Everyone on the internet, stop with your nonsense. There's no point in it. You're just causing people distress. Maybe that's their point. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Danny says, so I figured tonight there would be a vampire rant. Why would there be a vampire rant? Oh, man. Do you really want to get into that? That was a wild live stream. They went way off the woo train there. Vampires. Icon says, I still think Rumble is a shell over the YouTube platform. Bone saying hi. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Danny says, I saw you in chat. Yeah. Well, as I was going through, as I'm doing the update on the TV guide, you know, I try to drop into every channel I can to kind of check out what they got, what they're doing, what they got going on. Because I was trying to figure out, because even though I don't like that particular person, or no, wait a minute, we're thinking about two different people. Hold on a second. Which one was the vampire talk on? That was on. That wasn't on the one I'm thinking about. Hold on. See, I've been peeking in at so many live streams. They're all getting mixed up in my head now. That was. Hold on a second. Correct me if I am wrong. That was. I'm probably going to be wrong. Was that Jessica's live stream? I think it was. Was it the Cryptid Huntress, Danny? Danny says, that goof jumped the shark. She's been catching hell all day. Yeah, wasn't that was on the Cryptid Huntress, wasn't it? Let me see here. Yeah. She was talking to Jimmy Payne and James Rink. Yeah, it's coming back to me now. It's coming back to me now. Yeah, that was some wild shit. I don't even know where to begin to unpack some of the nonsense. I've forgotten so much because it went as soon as I heard some of that stuff, I didn't want to demand memory to any of that craziness. I guess she'll just have anything on her channel. I mean, at least he was trying to keep the vampire somewhat believable, right? You know, they don't fly, they don't turn into bats, all that goofy movie craziness, you know. And you know, so yeah, I don't see any evidence of actual vampires existing other than people who are trying to act like they're vampires and just because they think it's cool and they watched they watch too much fantasy vampire nonsense on TV or movies. It's a cool idea for movies and stuff, but you know, everybody tries to do it their own little different version. You know, from whatever the legend originally was, I don't know, but so you know, from your sparkly oh, I forget the name of that particular franchise. Sparkly Skin. It was really stupid. I guess they wanted to say, oh well, it isn't that we can't go in the sun. It's because if we go in the sun, our skin sparkles, and then people can see our skin sparkle. Well, just claim you're a stripper and shut the fuck up. And for whatever reason, they have a bunch of head ripping off in that nonsense. I don't know what the deal with that was. We got to rip people's heads clean off. Yeah, the interview with the vampire franchise there, that was actually pretty cool stuff. But you know, but people watch this stuff and they think it's cool, and then they want to emulate it, and then they want to come up with whatever excuse to believe in it. And they'll do serious mental gymnastics and bend over backwards to make it out as if it's real to other people, and then they just start looking like idiots. So yeah, that live stream was nuts. I can't believe she's actually entertaining stuff like that. I mean, if she really wants to be taken seriously as if she's the real deal. And then you saw I brought up in there. I forget the guys. There's a guy I recognize the name when I saw it, but I don't remember it. Hold on a second. I'll have to go find it. So somehow I ended up, because I ended up checking out Josh Turner's, you know, Paranormal Roundtable or whatever it is. And anyway, he messaged me in the middle of the damn night on Facebook and deleted the messages. There were like 3 messages, and it says he unsent them. You know, like a teenage girl. He sent, sent me some messages in the middle of the night, and then he deletes them. And then in his chat, I didn't say anything crazy in the chat. They deleted me, or they blocked me. They shadow banned me or whatever. So, you know, I said, you know, what's the deal? You blocked me in your chat. You sent me messages, and then you unsent them. And then, anyway, he ends up, he says I showed up as, okay, here's the name, Randy Petticourt. Now, I'd never seen the name Randy Petticourt before, but apparently Josh Turner has it in his head that I am Randy Petticourt. Because he said, this is what he says. He says, when you showed up as Randy Petticourt, of course you were blocked. What do you want? Well, I didn't show up as Randy Petticourt, Mr. Josh Turner. Okay? I don't even know who that is. So I saw that name, and I tried convincing him in messages, and he just he won't he don't believe me. He thinks I'm Josh Turner, who believes in any kind of bullshit. If you watch his channel, he believes in all kinds of nonsense bullshit with no proof whatsoever. Anyway, so I shouldn't be surprised that he gets some bullshit in his head, and he won't listen to reason. He's talking to me, you know, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not Randy Petticourt. What the fuck? I never even saw the name, but I saw the name Randy Petticourt pop up in the Cryptid Huntress chat the other night. So I just asked directly, Randy Petticourt, why is Josh Turner claiming that I am you? Something to that effect. And the mods immediately jumped on me saying, I'll keep that out here. I'm like, well, I don't even know what the hell's going on. All I know is I'm being accused of being Randy Petticourt. And I've never even seen the name before. So whatever, dude. Whatever, Josh. You believe any kind of bullshit on your channel anyway. I shouldn't be surprised. So whatever, dude. I was checking out your channel, by the way, Josh, because I am updating the Paranormal Livestream TV guide, and I need to figure out when your damn show is on and what shows you got. So many of these channels don't bother to put the show names and times and the days, and when you do put the time, remember that there is a bunch of time zones in the world. Sometimes they'll put the time and not the time zone. Of course, those of you that have seen the TV guide before that I've been had for a long time, know that it's in Central Time. It says at the top, if you read across the top there, it says it's in Central Time. So you'll need to convert it into your time zone. So, like, for example, if you need to convert it to Mr. Lee time zone, you add 6 hours. So if I'm on at 6 p.m., it's midnight for Mr. Lee. Where is Mr. Lee, by the way? So yeah, anyway, so you may have saw that, Danny. I'm getting behind in the chat. How's that happening? Icon says, hell, throw some wrenches. Can't protect the empire without little blue wrench thingies. Yeah, I hear you. Gary says, you're way off. Start talking about the woo in your own state of mind, sort of saying. I don't know what you're talking about, Gary. I know what woo is when I see it, though, and there's some crazy woo out there. And people want to believe in some craziness, and they get upset because I'll tell them, so, well, look, you ain't got proof for that. So why do you believe in something that you have zero proof for? And if you do think that you saw something, and that something is so ridiculous that it can't be real, and you need to be able to recognize that it's something so ridiculous that it can't be real, then you need to be able to admit to yourself that maybe you hallucinated or you dreamed or something weird happened. You were mistaken about what you saw. You need to be able to admit that to yourself, that you can be fooled. Anyone can be fooled. Hell, I can be fooled. My eyes might deceive me. I need to be able to sort that out and recognize that. Raptor's here. He says, hello, everybody. Hope all is having a good night. You too, Raptor. We've been gone from YouTube, Raptor, for a little while, but I am back. Twilight, says Danny. Yeah, Twilight was goofy as hell. Raptor says, Lockbeard, took me 2 weeks to get on Rumble to put on my phone, and here you are on YouTube again. It seems like it's been 2 months. Yeah, it's been a while. A couple of different ones have been mentioned, Raptor. About to mention a whole bunch of channels. I'm going to throw the TV guide back up here, and we need to go through this sucker because there appears that there may be a paranormal live stream apocalypse in progress, I should say. Yeah, I was mentioning in the Cryptid Huntress, which is, she's a remote viewer kind of psychic person, but she has all kinds of goofy nonsense on her channel. You'll see her on the Paranormal TV guide, though. So and we'll see in a minute. You'll see what her show or her channel name is, her show name. and when it's on and all that stuff. And here's what she looks like. Where's she at? I have a clip of her. She was on Texas show, I believe, when she said something about tasty teenage boys.
Look like a tasty teenage boy.
Whatever. Yeah, okay. There might be some context missing there, and that is not by accident. Full disclosure. Although anyone with a sensible mind ought to figure out that I'm not trying to legitimately convince you that she's, I don't know, what would I be convinced you of? That she's craving tasty teenage boys? That she thinks teenage boys are tasty? They were actually talking about some cryptids eating a teenage boy or something like that. But anyway, she was totally funny, and then of course, you clip stuff out of context, and you end up shit with, like, the Buzz Aldrin clip that we went over a long time ago, where people tried to say, "See, Buzz Aldrin's saying we never went to the moon." Well, it's a clip out of context. If you watch the whole clip, you'll see that that's not what he said. That's not what he meant. But it's the internet, man. Icon says, "Oh, that chick." Yeah, that chick. Have you mellowed out someone, Lockie? Just saying, says Gary. Have I mellowed out? I have only just begun. I've only just begun. I'm going to try not to get kicked off YouTube again. We are not free to talk about certain things that YouTube says are misinformation, but YouTube is lying. Just about everything, not everything, but most things that YouTube claims is misinformation, YouTube is lying about. I think the only thing I can think of that they claim is misinformation that they're correct about is that the Earth the Earth being flat. The Earth is not flat, folks. Sorry to burst your bubbles. You people who believe we live in a snow globe, which is a weird name for it, but they call it a snow globe. But that's the object that we call a snow globe is an accurate representation of what you guys call the flat Earth. It's funny that it's called a snow globe. Raptor says, "Yeah, you said something about her last year. I kind of remember that." Yeah. Well, so let's look at the Paranormal TV guide. Hopefully, you guys can see it pretty well. I'll go over on. I'll go over on YouTube here and take a look real quick. It don't look too bad. Oh man, it's kind of. I might have to zoom in on it some here. Hold on a second. I might have to zoom in on it. Might help. Yeah, hopefully I can navigate it well enough. So, yeah. LOCKBEARD's YouTube Paranormal Livestream TV guide typically includes shows with regular schedules and chat interaction. Typically, not everybody has chat interaction. It's hard because there's such a, things, it's a continuum, right? There's a gradual differences. There's people that have a little chat interactions, people that have no chat interaction, and they're live, or they have very rare chat interactions. So it's really hard to sort all, where do you draw the line exactly? But generally, these are live streams where you're at least able to talk with the owner of the channel in the chat, even if the video is pre-recorded. Occasionally, that's the case in this, but for the most part, we're trying to keep it to it's an actual live stream. Why? It's because people that are, there's a certain crowd of people, that's us, that like to, this kind of thing. We want to see this. You'll notice that Saturday is a really dead zone. Matt from Central Florida Bigfoot used to be an 8 p.m. right after, you see right there in the pink, was where I'm at. LOCKBEARD Phenomena, 6 to 8 p.m. Used to, Central Florida Bigfoot would be 8 to 10 or something like that. And he stopped doing a regular live stream. It doesn't sound like he wants to be a long-term, a person that's long-term in the Bigfoot search at all. So, but he's certainly not doing live streams regularly anymore. Let me see. Let me go down here. Find one that's on Saturday. Paranormal Portal with Brent is on. Well, I haven't gone back to his channel to confirm that the times haven't changed. Used to, it was a 9 to 11 on Saturday. You can see there at the last column, but so it may have changed. So I haven't gone over to check. I don't go to Paranormal Portal. There, it's a woo train bunch of nonsense. Now you see the Spaced Out Radio channel there. They have, I'll put it at the top there. Spaced Out Radio has 3 different live streams, and again, Spaced Out Radio. I mean, full disclaimer, a lot of the stuff on here is complete nonsense, woo train crap. And Spaced Out Radio definitely fits the bill there. They have a weekdays live streams late, middle of the night. They have Off the Trails with Jessica Jones, who is the cryptid huntress we just talked about. She does Off the Trails from 9 to 10 p.m. Central on the weekend, Sunday and Saturday, you can see there. And then there's After Hours with Marquis. And that's after Jessica Jones on Space Out Radio. Let's see what else we got on. And he's on Saturdays as well and Sundays. And then you can see Saturday is not very heavy compared to other days, and neither is Friday really. The Gray Zone Uncensored. I need to check on that one. I'm not sure if it's still on. It may be gone. See right there in the last column, that's Saturday 5 to 7. The Gray Zone was on UFO Paranormal Radio. I am not sure that they're still on. 10 to 11 show here. Talking Weird, which Talking Weird used to be on a different channel. And I think I did confirm that one. It's at 10. It's 10 to 11 on Saturday nights now, and it's moved to Untold Radio Network, which is, as you can see there, Untold Radio Network has, they say 11 shows, but I can only see 10, and one of those was Pine Island Research with Jeff Harding. So, those of you that know Untold Radio Network is Doug Hychek, who is complete Woo Train nonsense. What's that phrase? Orb something? What's that? Orb something? Somebody put that in chat. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so this is Doug Hychek's channel. This is who we need to beat on the LOCKBEARD channel. We need to start putting more live streams on here with different people and beat this out. and while trying to still keep it the legit stuff, more legit stuff. I mean, we might have some Wu Train stuff, I don't know, but we're not just gonna grab on the straight up Wu Train. But anyway, Pine Island Research, he went over to the Untold Radio Network, and people gave him hell because we thought he was trying to be part of the critical thinking crowd, and he goes over here and joins the Wu channel over here. But now he's canceled. You see, he's canceled. He said he might live stream once in a great while, but he's no longer doing a regular weekly live stream because of eyesight problems, from what he said. But Talking Weird is on that channel 10 to 11 p.m. on Saturday. But as you can see, Saturday's really clear. Not a lot going on there. This is why I'd rather not. This is so spastic, this thing. So you got to bear with me. Anyway, the main thing to look at is all the cancellations. Now this used to be. Hold on a second. There's some new ones that have been added, but I think it was about 107 before I added any new ones from last year, because it's been like a year since I've updated it. Hold on a second. I can't even see it here. Can't even see the numbering. All right. See, this sucks using this. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the number that's been canceled, the number of shows that have been canceled is quite a bit higher than the number of shows that have been added. So if there's other shows out there you guys know about, let me know. I'll add them, and if they fit, they got to be a live stream, preferably with chat interaction with the host and the, because people like to be able to ask questions of the guests if there's a guest, or ask questions of the host, or just talk with the host from the chat. So that's what this is about. Because originally, when I first put this little thing together, it wasn't near this big. It was much smaller because it was really just fitting. It was me trying to keep track of when, because YouTube doesn't freaking, well, even if YouTube does give a notification, you've got to have an electronic device on you that makes an audible sound that can alert you that something's coming on. And it just doesn't work, because if you're out, like if I'm like right now, I'm doing a lot of just out. I'm out clearing, and what, I don't have an electronic device on me. Even if I did, there's no signal out there. So you know what I mean. I'm not getting YouTube alerts. I mean, so like if there's a show coming on that I want to see, like let's say Squatch America. Squatch America live stream is Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central. I just happen to remember that one because there's so few that I watch anymore. I don't even need a schedule anymore, because I just don't watch very many anymore. That's one of them. It's just better for me to just be able to look at my own like sheet and spreadsheet here and see what I want. If what I want, something I want to watch is on today, and if it's on at 7 o'clock, then I know just to get back home in time to watch. So, the YouTube notification thing doesn't allow me to plan ahead. I have to actually be able to remember all the times and stuff. So I put them in the spreadsheet. And then I told somebody else I had that, and they're like, hey, I'd like to have something like that. So what I did was I just started expanding on it and adding shows to it. And then I put it in the iCloud, and then I can share it on iCloud. Although, like I said earlier, it's not working on iCloud right now. So So yeah, but I'm gonna try and get it working, and I'll put the updated link in future descriptions of videos so that you guys can click on like the old link. Maybe the old link will start working. I don't know, but it says it said it wasn't working every time I tried using it. So I think I have to use the new link, but the new link doesn't give me the updated version. It gives me the old version. I don't know why. It's supposed to be up to the minute updated. So if you click that link, and I made an update 5 minutes ago, it's automatically on there. So you'll see it. You'll see whatever updates I make every single day, up to the minute. So, but it's not working. So I'm going to try and get that working. Icon says, I was out in Port Washington about a week ago and was looking over Lake Michigan. It occurred to me none of the naturally occurring water on this planet is carbonated. So it is kind of flat. It kind of is flat. Yeah. Rapper says I'm blocked from most of them, so it's probably because they don't want me in their chat. Well, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of channel owners out there who are scared to death of free speech. As I mentioned earlier, Josh Turner apparently is scared to death of free speech in the chat because they blocked me. I don't know what this Randy Petticourt person did to make them want to block him so badly that they blocked me just for thinking that I'm him. But so I don't know. That's why, like, first time I saw Randy Petticourt myself was at the Cryptid Huntress chat. And I didn't see him do anything crazy there. He just said hello, and he didn't even respond to my question. So I don't know what the hell. Saying hello. Danny says I'm live on Tuesday night at midnight Eastern and witching hour on Saturday night. On Saturday night at 1 a.m. kind of Sunday morning. Yeah, 1 a.m. Well, we're gonna go back to because I got you on there. I didn't have witching hour on there until I asked you the other night, but I updated it at that time when you told me. Or butter, yeah, or butter. Raptor says there was a guy that was on Hidden Existence. He has his own channel now under High Checks. He's pretty good. Don't remember his name though. Well, I'm gonna pull up the TV guide again here in a second, and then we'll see that. So. What show the comment? There we go. Was that list up to date? Mostly. I've been. It's hard to confirm because some people won't respond to me even if I ask. Like a long time ago, I asked Hidden Existence Daniela, and like, hey, I told her, so look, I'll update your entry, and I just put awaiting data. I didn't know what time her show was, or I couldn't confirm if it was a regular weekly show. I couldn't confirm anything. I wasn't going to go watch her show, and just I didn't want to subscribe. I think I was subscribed though for a long time. And because she don't like me and I don't like her, but the reality is that I felt that if I was sharing the TV guide with everybody, that I couldn't exclude people just because I don't like them. so I didn't. It's got everybody on there. Like a whole bunch of those channels are bullshit channels, and you know, you just have to figure out. You might find some shows on there you like. I mean, sometimes there's some good stuff, but and it's not just Bigfoot. It's Bigfoot, UFOs, ghost, any kind of paranormal stuff that's a regularly scheduled live stream every week. Not everybody's holding to their schedules. They really should. You really should hold your schedule. If you got a channel out there, you really should hold to a regular schedule. And because, just like I said just now, like I need to know 7 p.m. every Wednesday. If I go on Watch America channel, they're having a live stream, unless it's, you know, like a rare something's going on, they can't. But they're regularly scheduled live stream. It's a 1 hour live stream. They do talk with the chat, and they seem to try to keep things pretty logical, pretty scientific. Although I think Scott's wrong. I think Bigfoot is not Paranthropus boisei. Okay, so you probably like, what the hell? What the hell is Paranthropus boisei? And let me pull up a picture. It's a archaic hominid species. There were a few species of Paranthropus, but the reason why of course he don't have much to, he don't have much to go on, but he thinks that based on which picture to use. We'll use this one. Yeah, we'll use this one. He thinks based on what he saw. This, of course, this is an artist's. This is based on a reconstruction from a skull. They could be wrong about some of the surface details. They could be wrong about the color. They could be wrong about how the nose is, because there's no bones in the nose. They could be wrong about how long the hair is. There's a lot of things they could be wrong about. But Scott Violette of Squatch America, he has this thought that Paranthropus boisei is possibly what Bigfoot is derived from. Really shouldn't say it is Paranthropus boisei necessarily, but which it's weird for me to say it that way, because generally speaking, I believe that Paranthropus boisei probably, if you were to pluck one out of the past and bring it to the current day, it would be able to breed with a human just fine, meaning that it probably is Homo sapiens, the same species as us, just a very archaic breed, not a separate species. But until we got DNA, I can't confirm that. But yeah. Gary says, I myself do want to say Bigfoot is the devil. Seems we are being falked. Well, I don't think Bigfoot's the devil. I think Bigfoot is just a race of people. They're big, they're hairy, but they're just people. And they're, good at hiding from us. So let me let me get back to, so like I said, with all these cancellations, I guess the question is because a lot of the new shows that I put on here, the new ones that I've added, almost no viewers on YouTube. Very, very few. Like some of them, I'm the only person in the chat. There isn't anyone. It's I'm the only viewer. It says one viewer. They got no viewership. So some of them. So the question is are people getting to be more over it? Are they done with it? It has, you go through periods of time where people have a lot of interest in things and then they lose interest in those things. Are people losing interest in this stuff because it's just too ridiculous? It's hard to suspend your disbelief when people are saying such implausible, ridiculous nonsense on most of these shows. And as a result, they get no viewers and they end up giving up and they don't have their show anymore. Now, that probably isn't the case for all of them. I'm just saying for a lot of them, it may be the case. So look at the top there, Abnormal Alabama. That show had very few viewers, and they did ventriloquist stuff or something. They had puppets and stuff. It was just most of you guys that I see around some of these chats would probably not be interested in watching that. And predictably, the show failed. And it's canceled. So but that's an extreme version. I think most of these, like a lot of these, weren't that ridiculous, but it's just people are losing faith in this stuff. I think it's hard for them to suspend disbelief. Like a lot of people, and then a lot of people that are they're open to ghost aren't open to Bigfoot, and people that are open to Bigfoot aren't open to ghost. And then the aliens, whatever. But and it's hard to get people to, because almost none of these people have the scientific background to see things the way they need to see it. Like what we talked about the ghost thing before. It's a cathode anode thing. There's a reason why you have the cooling effect, just like with cathode anode effects, and it's the same thing with ghosts. And if you want to dive into that and try to understand that science, it's going to take you a while, and you got to go over to Ken Wheeler's channel, and we talked about, we read his paper where he was trying to explain ghosts. There's a scientific explanation for ghosts and what they exist. So those of you that are in the Bigfoot end of things, who don't believe in ghosts, you like to think you're scientifically minded, but you're involved with you're basing that on incorrect science, a lot of it, and you don't have the right science. So looking at this second channel up here, Bart Sharp is a new one on the list. He has a show called Becoming Quantum Conscious. Well, he's using the word quantum, and quantum is bullshit. The whole damn thing is nonsense, but it sounds smart to people. You just throw the word quantum in front of something, and this is something. This is intelligent. So you had Yahoo dipshit who had Quantum Bigfoot, the book Quantum Bigfoot, and it's ridiculousness. But again, he doesn't understand. He doesn't know. All he knows is, if I put quantum in front of Bigfoot, this is going to sound really smart and people will buy my book. And it worked. Gary Johnson says, I'm going to say that Steve Ishtal is the best channel out there today. Gary, no. Steve Ishtal, all he does is read emails and people send him stories. And most of those stories are probably bullshit that people made up. You don't get to look in the face of these people and see any signs that they're lying. Every one of those stories could be completely bullshit. Hell, Steve could be writing those emails to himself. Just a you don't know. You don't know. Gary, you're being too trusting. Steve Ishtal is full of shit. He hasn't proven a goddamn thing on his channel. All he does is read emails and say a bunch of bullshit. Just tells you what you want to hear, but he hasn't proven anything. He isn't based on science. A lot of those emails he's reading have claims in them that are so ridiculous. It's how could you believe it? There is nothing to this comment. The best channel out there today. By what metric are you? The dude reads emails that are sent to him. He doesn't do anything else. He just reads emails. He should change it to how to read emails, because he doesn't have any scientific background to try and analyze this shit. He doesn't even remotely try to reason how one story or another is probably bullshit because it's such a ridiculous claim. He doesn't do that. He just reads emails. Well, you decide. There's best channel out there today, far from it. He's not. He's absolutely not. He just figured out how to tell a bunch of people exactly they want to hear stories. That's all they want to hear. They want to just believe whatever bullshit that they get told, and that's what they get on his channel. They don't get anything. There's nothing of truth probably in most of those emails. He doesn't offer any intellectual commentary to anything. It's just ridiculousness. So no, in fact, and the funny thing is like I see you in the chats of a lot of the channels that are try to keep things logical and reasonable, and all those channels, I recognize that Steve Ishtal is bullshit. Like we know he's a bullshit channel. He just figured out how to present the matter in a way that would get viewers, and that's what he did. Because there's a whole bunch of people out there, they just want to be told a bullshit bedtime story, and that's it. They want to believe Bigfoot's got all these amazing powers instead of Bigfoot's just a tribe of people that live in the woods. Well, that's not magical. That's not fantastic. It isn't what a bunch of people want to hear. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear some bullshit. And the bullshit is that they're this magical thing. There's nothing, nobody's been able to prove any of that shit. Just claims. People said, I saw this, and prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Icon says, he explained ghosts in a few videos. It's simple when you figure it out. Oh, shoot. You're refilling my water. Yeah, people can check out those videos and try to understand. But the reality is most people don't have any science. Most people who are interested in any of this stuff don't really have a scientific background. Like any old jackass can call themselves a paranormal investigator or ufologists or cryptozoologists. All these terms, they sound like, oh, this guy's some kind of expert. No, there needs to be some kind of accredited curriculum. There really needs to be some kind of real, like, because I've contemplated that. How does one, can one put together a respected curriculum for a, I don't know if you would call a degree or a certification for some of these terms, like cryptozoologist, right? Well, I think what's best is, well, one, if someone doesn't have an actual bachelor's in zoology, they should probably, shut up with their crypto. I'm a cryptozoologist. Well, are you even a zoologist? Because none of these guys are. Almost none of these guys are. There might be a few out there. If you aren't at least a zoologist, you can't be. Calling yourself a cryptozoologist is just some nonsense, bull, and a lie. And then training beyond that bachelor's in zoology, then we can start talking about a term like cryptozoologist that actually holds water to some degree. But yeah, I think it should be a basic requirement that a person has a real zoology degree before they even begin to entertain the idea of calling themselves a cryptozoologist. But that's what we're dealing with all this crap. We have a bunch of people proclaiming themselves some kind of expert, some acting like, oh, I'm scientific, who don't have a scientific degree at all. You need something. It doesn't have to be zoology, but there's a number of different sciences out there you can get degrees in. I have one, and I have tons of additional coursework beyond that degree that doesn't go to that degree, but because I stay in college for many more years than normal people do, because I was just interested in learning a variety of subjects, but mainly sciences. And so that's why I get so irritated with all the people I hear trying to act like they're a scientist, and they're not remotely close. And so when I'm trying to explain to them where there are some areas of science that have some flaws, and they're not hearing me, or they'll even fight like directly with me, like, you're bullshit. Well, I'm sorry, but you don't have the scientific background to debate me on the matter. So because even if I'm talking to other environmentalists about the flaws in the ridiculous hypothesis of man-made global warming, I'm going to have a fight in my hand, and those are the people that should, be the ones that engage, not your average yahoo on the street. And then we'll test just how much of a real scientist they are by how close-minded they are to new facts, and facts that contradict what they currently believe. Because the universities are pumping out people with a certain belief system, and you got to be careful about that. As a scientist, you got to recognize there's one thing. The most important thing about science is it needs to be changing, always improving, willing to accept facts that contradict the current accepted belief, or you got things. You learn new things all the time, and so we're just we're just basically going off the current belief, and it really is kind of a belief, because people used to believe all kinds of ridiculous crap scientifically until someone figured out, well, wait a minute. And of course, then you got to test. Other people got to test what your hypothesis is, and then it becomes theory, because theory is backed up by scientific evidence. And but yeah, this whole subject is just full of these people trying to act like they're some kind of scientists, and they're not. And we need to hold them to a higher standard. So your Steve Ishdahl, he's no scientist. He's just reading emails. How in the world could you think that he is the best channel out there when he offers nothing but badly written emails? He doesn't offer anything. He's just telling you a bedtime story. Now, Theoria Apophysis, which is Ken Wheeler's channel, where he explains the science of ghosts, which is what Icon's talking about right here. Now, that's someone that's got something to offer. Scientists doesn't always necessarily have a bunch of degrees backing them up, but very, very few people are able to know about themselves whether or not they fit that bill or not. Are you a real scientist, but not someone who holds a degree? And very few people outside of that person can recognize that, like truly understand it. A lot of people might say, oh, this guy's pretty damn smart, but they don't really understand, because you can't judge a scientist unless you're really a scientist, right? You can't judge. You don't know what it takes. Why is this thing not working? There we go. Gary says, because of what happened to me when I went back to do my ordeal with Bigfoot. Yeah, I think you might have hallucinated something, though, man. The things you described are so wild that you need to be willing to accept the possibility that you hallucinated or dreamed or somehow were mistaken about what you saw. Raptor says, Steve. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and this is the part, like, because the question for all you people out there is, are you looking for actual discovery to take place? Or do you just want to hear the stories that you like to hear? Oh, I like to hear Bigfoot stories. Okay, fine. I mean, I can make up some Bigfoot stories all night long if you like. I'm not interested in doing that. I'm interested in actual discovery. Actual proof being presented of the existence of these things. Bigfoot, UFOs, ghosts, whatever it may be. So why are some people so mad about people like me who are wanting this, who demand proof to be presented? Is because that is going to highlight where some of these stories are bullshit. Okay, if we discover Bigfoot and figure out how to observe, repeatedly, reliably observe Bigfoot in their natural habitat without them realizing it, if we figure that out and we are able to present the evidence that they are real and the world accepts it, and it turns out that Bigfoot is just a big, hairy tribe of people. That's it. Nothing magical. They don't jump through portals. They don't cloak. They don't talk to you telepathically. They're just a people. Well, that's going to screw up all those people that told those bullshit stories out there, right? That made up this crazy shit about all that woo stuff that happened. It's going to screw all them up. And if they're making money based on that because they're writing books and they got a YouTube channel and they're presenting all this bullshit, well, there you have it. They're going to react negatively to actual science taking place. And the people that like hearing those fantastic stories, they want to live in that fantasy world. You know, they're gonna keep throwing money at those people, buying those books, funding those channels. They're not going to fund this channel or any other channel that's sticking to the science, who wants to stick to the science of these matters and have actual discovery take place eventually. I can tell you that most people out there are doing the same stuff. You know, they think, well, I come up with this new. Yeah, you're not going to catch up to Bigfoot with most of these ideas. Well, we put some peanut butter in the woods. Okay, that's great and all. But no. The peanut butter itself is something that diverges from the natural habitat. The Bigfoot immediately knows that humans are involved. So you done tainted your situation. Gary says everything I too is true to the core, Mr. I don't know what you're talking about there. Your sentence didn't make any sense. Angel says science should be ever evolving with new evidence. Yeah. Science evolves. Icon says consensus says that's not possible, Angel. Well, real science. Okay, when you talk about the problem with all right, this word consensus is dangerous, right? Because so many scientists out there, when they say, well, the scientific consensus is, and then they start preaching to you about Jesus, basically. They're like, it becomes a religion. They're taking it as they're acting like it's a religion. Well, the consensus is, if you try to present evidence refuting the consensus, they're like, oh, this goes against consensus. Yeah, well, you know, yeah, you back in the day, you guys would have been the ones that said that the sun revolved around the earth. And then somebody proved differently, and he was probably told the same thing. Well, this goes against consensus. What are you talking about, this heliocentric model? Get the hell out of here. The sun clearly goes around us. You stupid non-consensus mofo. So you got to be careful with consensus. The consensus should be the consensus should be that this is true, right? The consensus should be that science is ever evolving with new evidence. Is that exactly what Angel said? That's the consensus, what it should be. Problem is we get these people that become dogmatic religious cult scientists. So, I mean, you know, even a lot of people with actual degrees are cult members. One of those cults is something that Ken Wheeler refers to as the cult of bumping particles. But that's a whole nother thing. Gary says, like, oh my gosh, you got a lot to see if you're allowed. I'm not sure what you mean there either. Sentences need work. Okay. So, like, oh my gosh, absolutely nothing is conveyed there other than, I don't know. I hear a lot of teenage girls say stuff like that. Like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh. You got a lot to see then if you're allowed. If I'm allowed, who dares allow me or disallow me? Icon says it turns into a consensus. Exactly. You got to be careful with consensus, right? You got to be careful. Icon says, like, totally. What am I dealing with here? All right, let's get back to the TV guide. Okay, so Beast of the Woods going live appears to be canceled. I haven't communicated with Larry. I don't care to communicate with Larry. Mark and Larry, both of them are guilty. Like they act like they're we verify audio and blah blah blah, and yet we've talked about before. Oh boy, this girl lied about some audio. She used somebody stole some audio. So going live deserves to go down. Beast of the Woods deserves to go down, as well as the other channel, which is still there. We'll see it down below. Beyond the Woodline appears to still be on. I think, yeah, 7 or 8 p.m. Thursday. I don't think I confirmed that for sure, though. Bigfoot and more. That's in Oklahoma, southeast Oklahoma guy. Probably, I don't know, a couple hours from me, probably. He was trying to have a regular Tuesday night talk live stream, but he hasn't been doing it, so I put canceled on that one. Bigfoot Michigan Rob, all kinds of woo train nonsense over there. But this is a non-biased TV guide, so Bigfoot Michigan Rob is still got brunch with Bigfoot. Thursdays at noon Central Time, my time. And then he's got Beyond BMR Tuesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time. Bigfoot Odyssey, of course, Researchers Report is canceled. It's been canceled for a while because Carrie passed away. Blondes and Booze Paranormal Podcast. It's like it's a Thursday, Friday show there. That's a new one out on here. Cark Universal, the Catskill Appalachian Research Collective, I think is what it fully means. They used to have Paranormal Files and Threshold. Both of those are canceled, but from Behind Tall Trees appears to still be on. Chad Smith Podcast, gone. Conflict Radio, gone. Discover Sasquatch is still there. The Light Gate on the Dolly Saffron channel. It's also on, I think, you see there the Light Gate with Dolly and Preston. Okay, Preston has a channel too, and the Light Gate is also on his channel, but I didn't want to put and also the Light Gate appears on one of the networks down below, but I didn't want to put Light Gate on here 3 times. Dolly's channel is the smallest, so I figured I'd put Dolly's channel on here. If people really want to go watch it on Preston's channel or on the network's channel, they can, but Dolly's channel could use the boost. So, and it's the same show. It's just they're able to live stream to 3 different channels and probably more that I'm not aware of. If they're on one network, they might be on another. Edge of the Rabbit Hole is canceled. Emily Min's House, What the Frick Live. That, I put it, again, this is another one. What the Frick Live is also on one of the networks, but I only put it on here on her channel. So, and it seems pretty cool. It's paranormal, 6 to 7 p.m. Central Time, Fridays. So that's a newer one on there. Encrypted Connections is a newer one on here. 6:30 on Wednesdays. Entity Paranormal Investigators on the Entity Paranormal channel. It's still hanging in there. 8 to 10 on Tuesday, 8 to 10 on Friday. And then there's Entity Voices Paranormal Investigations channel, which has a live stream called Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence. 8 p.m. on Tuesdays. Fade to Black, same as always, I think. Night Dreams Talk Radio is still on. Hidden Existence, Daniela's Anything Goes appears to be canceled. She hasn't had it in a while. Jason Bland appears to have dropped Weird Wednesday. That's canceled. But Paranormal Soup is still there. Jeff Friends Into the Woods, I think, is canceled. Some of these people, might still be having a live stream every once in a while, but they're not doing a regular weekly live stream on the same day and time anymore. So I'm calling that canceled. Jeffrey Kelly, Squatchers Lounge podcast, canceled. The Keep On Chatting Network had two shows on there. Fausty Witches was canceled and Open Mic Hour was canceled. It appears the Keep On Chatting Network channel is gone. Carrie Lynn's Shellhorn Spirit Switchboard, that also appears on one of the networks, but she live streams it simultaneously to her channel as well. So I put it on her channel on here, 4 to 6 p.m. on Fridays. The KGRA DB network channel appears to have shut down too. There was 3 shows on there that are canceled. Of course, I'm still around. Michelle DeRocher's At the Outer Realm. That's her own channel. That show, The Outer Realm, also appears on one of the networks. But again, I'm not putting it on here twice. I'm just putting it on here once and putting it on her channel because the network gets enough. And plus, one thing I noticed is on the network, if you watch a lot of these shows that are on the network channels, there's no one in the chat, or there's very few in the chat. But if you go to her actual channel, in general, maybe not this one specifically, but in general, if you go to their channel, if they're simultaneously live streaming to their channel and the network, there's more people in the chat on their own channel. So they had their own following, I guess, before they got added onto the network. So if you like the chat, you want to go to these people's actual channels, not the network, to watch the show. Mogion Monster, what the fascination? Live. He's still same time, 8 to 10, Tuesday, Thursday. This is a new one right here, Nerdrotic Live. It's not really that. It's new. It hasn't been on here before. It wasn't on here last year because it started since last year. Nerdrotic Live, which from what he said, he's going to change the title of this channel to Forbidden Frontier and dedicate this channel only to Forbidden Frontier. So right now there's other stuff going on the Nerdrotic Live channel, but it sounds like he's going to dedicate the channel to Forbidden Frontier because people are loving it. Forbidden Frontier starts roughly at 5:30 Central Time on Sunday. So if you don't want to go watch a certain other channel that comes on at 6, go check out Forbidden Frontier. They talk about some cool stuff, a lot of some paranormal, some ancient civilization type stuff and aliens and stuff like that. Northwest Georgia Critics canceled. Parachills Network appears to have completely canceled. I tried looking for some of these shows elsewhere sometimes when a network shuts down, one or two of those shows is still around somewhere, like on the people's channel somewhere. But I didn't find any of these, I don't think. Paranormal Central still around. The Paranormal Highway show is still around. Paranormal Intelligence Agency. It didn't used to be called that. I forget what it was called. But it's canceled anyway. Paranormal Portal still around. Paranormal Roundtable. We were just talking about Josh. Josh, I know you got a different regularly streamed, regularly scheduled live stream. But as you can see here, I don't really know what to call it. And I don't really know. Did I get a time even? 8:30ish on Friday. So if you got a regularly scheduled live stream, like what's the title? Like, stop accusing me of being forget the guy, Petty Court, I think was his name. It's not me. Phantoms and Monster Radio still around. I think it's new on the list though. Pittsburgh Paranormal Society also new on here. Podcast UFO live shows. It didn't used to be called that. It was named, I think it was called Martin. What's his last name? Kelly? Whatever Martin's last name was. Anyway, changed the name, but it's same guy, same show. Rooted Expeditions. Channel's still there, but it doesn't appear like he's doing these live streams anymore. So they're canceled. Sander Pinks. I got that listed as canceled, but I think Sander Pink is still around, but just not doing a regular scheduled live stream anymore. Sasquatch Out of Shadows still around. Sasquatch Secrets, of course, still around. Sawdust Beast appears to still be going, but again, I don't recommend. Sorry. Shadows of the Moon canceled. Serial Papers canceled, as it should be. Something to Sasquatch About canceled, as it should not be. And then the Spaced Out Radio, we already talked about Spaced Out Radio. So let me check in with the chat here. Let me check in with the chat. Raptor says at Lock, did you say the name of the show the guy has that was on Hidden Existence? If you did, I didn't hear. Sorry. The name of the show the guy has that was on Hidden Existence. I'm going to need a little more information. Oh, he's on High Check. He went to High Check, right? You're not. We'll get down to Doug High Check's channel in just a little bit, and then maybe we'll figure out who you're talking about. Valiant Thor says at work, random channel surfing, having a lunch, and saving the world. Awesome. The world needs saving, that's for sure. Welcome to the chat, Thor. Like I'm saying hello. Valiant says, watching from Los Alamos National Laboratory Isotope Production Facility. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Thor. Thank you very much. So we'll continue on with the. I don't know how I'm gonna, because I was going to try and pull out all the canceleds, but as we go along, but I can't sharing it this way. So I guess we're just going to have to visualize like what it'll look at with. I'm gonna have to pull out all the canceled shows, and yeah. So where are we at? Spaced Out Radio, right? We got Spaced Out Radio. They got shows on every day of the week. Blah blah. Lots of nonsense. Squatch America is on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. I recommend them. They seem to keep things pretty logical, pretty scientific. Squatch Talk with Pat appears to be canceled. He still has a channel. He live streams on a rare occasion, but he does not have a regularly scheduled live stream anymore. So I gotta take him off the list. I wish I wasn't. Him or something to Sasquatch about. Those shows need to come back. But we'll see. Steve Cole, Squatch TV, 8 to 10 on Sundays. Supernatural Spectrum, canceled. Tactical Bigfoot Research, Where's My Sage show, canceled. It was also on it was simultaneously live streamed to another channel called Where's My Sage, but I don't know why they were teamed up the way they were, but they were. Texas Front Porch, all kinds of dogman nonsense over there. It looks like Jason McLean Questions Everything is gone, or at least it's no longer a regularly scheduled live stream. The Cryptid Huntress, Jessica Jones, she used to be simultaneously live streaming to Texas Front Sports, but she isn't anymore. I don't know why that is, but they now have the Diva Dimension with this chick named Danielle. It's all kinds of nonsense. I don't know what time it is, but it's on Wednesdays. So maybe one of these days they will say what time they are, because I don't want to sit around waiting and watching, and all that nonsense. There's a channel called That One Time I Was Abducted by Aliens, and they have a show called Bobby's Cryptic Corner. Appears to still be around, but they had another show called Butt Stuff with BJ's, and it's canceled. You're not missing much there. The Angel Rock, which was on was a show that was on one of the networks, but this is the Lorelei Potvin's own channel that's called The Angel Rock with Lorelei Potvin. She really should call it something else, but like have a channel name, because you go to ABC or CBS or NBC, and then they have a whole bunch of shows. Name your channel with that in mind. Like, there's a name of the channel, and then, because look, now she's got 2 live streams. She's got the Angel Rock, and she's got a live stream called The Thing at the Foot of the Bed. So, yeah. And there is the Cryptid Huntress. She used to have remote viewing investigations live stream. It appears like it's canceled to me, or at least not regularly scheduled anymore, and has been replaced with the Cryptid Huntress. At least that's what I think's going on. Something of a rebrand or something. The Cryptoholic Show. For whatever reason, these guys only live stream once every 2 weeks. So I had to put in here on Wednesday, 7 p.m. bi-weekly. And it's only an hour long. So hopefully one of these days, these guys decide to do it every week and maybe do more than an hour. And there you have the Daily Dan blog. This guy lives in the middle of the damn night. With his 13 o'clock live with Daily Dan, which is the 12 a.m. first thing in the early morning on Sundays. Or if you're up late Saturday, it's midnight, late Saturday. But appropriate way, the right midnight is 12 a.m. It's 12 a.m. on Sunday. And then he also has a newer live stream called The Witching Hour. 11 a.m. Is that correct? That's not correct, is it? It's 11 p.m., isn't it? I knew I got something wrong, probably. It's 11 p.m., isn't it, Dan? So then we got the Dark Wolf's Den show is canceled. The Experiencer Support Association channel is it used to have a lunchtime Q&A with Ryan. That's been canceled, it looks like. Beyond Tinfoil Hat is still there, but he's had to change times, apparently because of work. So it's now at 8:30 a.m. on Thursdays. The Lost Cryptids Conservatory. It doesn't look like, well, for one thing, like he wasn't sticking to a specific time very well, 8 or 9 p.m. So it's hard to pin down. But it also appears like he hasn't been doing his live streams every week. So he might be coming off. The Lost Cryptids Conservatory might be coming off here. The Nona Boss, she took the Continuum off of there for some reason. The Nona Boss Live, which I tried asking her times, and whereas I did get a response, I didn't get times, and I asked her again, like, I need like times. Like, when's your live stream? I can't tell people when your live stream is if I don't have that information. She was doing Saturday a long time ago, but appears now she's doing Wednesday or something like that. The Paranormal channel. They had three shows, but one of them's canceled. Dead Air is canceled. The Paranormal Network canceled. Friday Night Chat was the live stream name, canceled. The Spectral Sailor canceled. Troubled Mind is still going on. They've changed their schedule up a little bit, but you can see right there, they're Sunday through Thursday, 9 p.m. to midnight. UFO Garage is live stream Thursdays canceled. UFO Hub, I think it's a new one I've added on here. So 7 p.m. on Wednesday. And I think they also have like a 24-hour live stream that goes all the time, but so it's not like a live stream show. It's just all kinds of video and stuff that just plays all the time. UFO Man channel, UFO Man Live. I forget what the old time was, but he's still going. So he's hanging in there. UFO Paranormal Radio. It's one of those networks. And so some of the shows we saw earlier are also on UFO Paranormal Radio, but I didn't put the entries down here for those shows because I put the channel of the owner of the show up above, because their channel needs some love, right? And this isn't fully updated. Like, I think Paranormal News, I'm sorry, well, maybe not Paranormal Talk, I think the Gray Zone might be gone. Paranormal News might change the name or something. Anyway, there's been some changes here, so this is not fully updated. And I've tried asking them, and they're not responding, so I don't know. I'll find out. Unearthly Wanderings canceled. Unexplained Cases canceled. Now we get to Doug Highcheck's channel. Untold Radio Network. So I don't know who Raptor's referring to. You have Down South Anomalies with Jay and Aspasia. You have Grasping Sasquatch with Don Baranchuk, PhD. You have Monsters on the Edge with Barnaby Jones. You have Mysterious Library with Dr. D. Bertram and Jason. That's Jason McLean from, Texas channel, and the Ciru Papers. And Jason McLean questions everything. This is the same Jason McLean who believes the Earth is 6,000 years old. Pine Island Research, which is canceled, Jeff Harding. Sasquatch Outpost Podcast with Jim Myers. Talking Weird with Max Hawthorne. The Bigfoot Influencers with Tim and Dana. Untold Radio AM with Doug and his son, Alex Hychek. And Wide Open Research with Dr. Russ Jones and Brad. So I don't know if one of those is who you're thinking about, Raptor. But yeah, Raptor says okay. So are you still here, Raptor? Because I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know, Raptor. I don't know. Is any of those familiar? UNX Network. Looks like it's sprawling between two pages here. Again, this is one of those networks where the show, not all the live streams that are on UN or UNX Network is on this list down here. Just 5 shows, because some of the shows appear on the channel of the individual owner, so that channel's listed somewhere else on here. But the UNX Network is a new addition on here, though. Some of the shows come from other networks that have fallen apart, and so on and so forth. So some shows have been shuffled around a little bit. Some of them have. But UNX Network has Meanwhile Here on Earth, which you probably remember that show, because it was on another network. Now it's on UNX. Most Haunted, Star Speak, The Naked Truth, and UNX News. Hominid X Inquiry, formerly Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. He used to have a couple live streams, Sasquatch Random Live, and Joe asked, wait a minute, what? And of course, he's no longer live streaming at all because of serious health issues. What the Paranormal is still going with Amy, 8 to 10 p.m. on Thursdays. Looks like I still have to say, Where's My Sage down here on this other channel, Where's My Sage channel. And Wolf Paranormal is canceled as well. So lots and lots of canceled. Is this a sign that people are fed up with the nonsense? Raptor says, I think I'm blocked. You think you're blocked from where? Yeah, Icon's asking blocked where? Raptor says, I don't know the name of the channel. I think his name was Scott or Steve. Not sure. Well, we're going to need more information. Because I don't know. I mean, you saw the list of channels and the names of the people who run those shows. So I don't know who you're talking about. Icon says, "Oh, thought you meant here. My bad." Yeah, from it there, I thought that's what he meant as well. Raptor says, "I just posted up before that what I thought it was, and it says service unavailable. You're timed out." What? What? Did you say anything that YouTube might have censored? Sometimes you got to worry about some of the words. YouTube automatically likes to censor some crap sometimes. I don't know. I'm certainly not taking time to censor anybody myself. And there are no moderators just yet. And they're not going to censor you either. Because everyone that moderates the LOCKBEARD channel knows that I don't give a shit what you say as long as you're not creating just an absolute complete disruption. If you are, I will take time to delete you myself because the buck stops here. And I'd rather keep it that way. Moderators are great to have. They, for dealing with porn bots and stuff like that. But if it's an individual who's being disruptive, I prefer that I just do it. That way they ain't bitching. Oh, yeah, this moderator bot. No. If I deleted you, you were causing some bullshit. You were being way out of line. You can't come in here just flooding the chat or dropping in bombs and stuff like that. There's certain things you can't do. Gary says, "Good night, everyone." Good night, Gary. Danny says, "I just want a wrench so I can drop links, man." Hey, did I get the time wrong on your... it's not AM. It's 11 p.m. Central Time, right? On your show. The witching hour. Somehow I wrote in, for some reason I put in well, where did it go? There it is. For some reason I put it in 11 a.m. And I really doubt you're up at 11 a.m. You're up in the middle of the night. I'll jump over on YouTube here and throw some wrenches. Icon says, "I had messages randomly timed out before. It's common on this platform." Yeah, sometimes they censor certain things you say. YouTube does do that. They're going to try and act like they don't, but they sure as hell do that. I haven't censored anybody. Raptor says, "Yeah, I'll miss Joe. I like his channel pretty good." Yeah. I tried to save him. Danny says, "I'm always out of line. Wouldn't be right any other way." Icon says, "Here, I'll second that." Danny declared. Raptor says, Mr. No. I've noticed that on other live chats too. I'll say something and it will say I'm timed out and the comments is all black. Yeah. And Danny says midnight Eastern on Tuesday, the witching hour, and 1 a.m. and 1 a.m. Sunday morning is when 13 o'clock live is. Yeah. For some reason I put 11 a.m. and what it should say is 11 p.m. Central Time, because the live stream, my TV guide is in Central Time, which is midnight. which is technically 12 a.m. Wednesday. I can go over here, make sure I change this while I'm thinking about it. It's technically, why does this thing do this stuff? In Eastern time, technically your show is on Wednesday, 12 a.m. Wednesday morning. But in Central Time, you're Tuesday, 11 p.m. Central Time. Icon says Joe had some excellent shows and will be missed. You showed nice about Joe. Icon says Raptor, yep, have had that since I started posting on live chats a few years ago. Any old thing, good, bad, or otherwise. Danny says I rarely get up before 11 a.m. I don't doubt that. If you're up in the middle of the night, the rest of us are passed out asleep. So you're a night owl. Angel says, Danny, I'll have to watch it tomorrow. Don't stay up that late. Yeah, Danny, you need to live in the daytime. Be a day walker. Be a day walking vampire. Angel says, Danny, I'm usually up by 5 or 6 a.m. Me too. Although occasionally I wake up at 2:30 for some damn reason and wonder why. Danny says, I only get up at 11 a.m. because I want to eat breakfast and drink coffee before Paranormal Highway. All right, we're coming up on 2 hours. Jump over here on the YouTubes and throw some wrenches at some people. Danny says, I sleep from around 4 a.m. to 11. Wow. Got Danny. Does Angel want to be added? Icon wants to be added, right? Moderator. Got another moderator there. No, Raptor doesn't. I know that. Raptor asked to get the wrench taken away. He didn't want a wrench. I don't know. Does Angel want a wrench? Let's see here. Sleep from 4 to 11. Icon says, I used to be a night owl. Now I take a nap before bed. Danny says, I am the Link Master and the Troll Slayer. Icon's entirely too excited about his wrench. Icon says, Raptor is a modest fellow. Yeah. I don't know. He just didn't want a wrench. I don't know if he felt like we were expecting. Really, you don't have Raptor. You don't have to do anything. Like it's not like. I mean, we haven't had any of those stupid spam bots in a long time, and very rarely does anyone show up starting any real crap that would have to be addressed because, you know, maybe because I'm just like, yeah, whatever, you know, or I'll, you know, I don't know. Maybe my way of dealing with them doesn't make it fun for them. Yeah, it's funny, you know, channels that are more likely to block a spammer or a real hardcore troll are the ones that get the real hardcore trolls. But but I'll let them say quite a bit of stuff before I do anything to get rid of them. I mean, I believe in free speech, so for anyone new to the channel, we try to keep the chat pretty free speech. Of course, there's limits. You can't be just coming in, just completely, tearing people apart, or, if you want to disagree. I'm not going to delete you because you disagree with me. I mean, look at Gary. Look at Gary. But as long as you're, respectful and all that stuff, everything's gonna be fine. You can't be, just, calling people names and dropping N-bombs. And we've had people trying to do stuff, weird stuff like that once or twice. But don't come in here demanding that you want on screen. You can sit over there in a chat and holler all you want, but you ain't coming on my screen. You ain't coming in. There's a difference between being able to walk down the street in front of my house and being able to come in my house. And this is in my house, so you don't get to just come on screen. I don't really do that anyway, hardly. Very rare that I've done that. In the future, if I do it, it's going to be a situation where probably if I do start doing interview type stuff, people are going to have to sign a contract saying they're not going to say or anything they say or do can't be something trying to get my channel jacked up, because sometimes people try to pull stuff like that. Icons Lincoln, the National Hog Farmer. Keep hamming, bacon, something. Bacon's good. Danny says, well, since only 21 people know this channel exists, may keep some trolls at bay. Yeah, hopefully get back up there. The subscribers coming back in. And get this thing rolling again. Link works for good. So Angel says that is up to you, Lockbeard. What's that? Which part? Angel deserves it. Angel deserves what? Oh, you mean like a wrench? Are you guys like 5 minutes behind me? The poster in that link is priceless. Angel been good to me on other chats, so she really deserves it. Oh, so you're talking about making Angel a moderator? Hold on a second. Boom, boom. Yeah. So Angel should be a moderator now. See what this deal is that so there's a poster from Iowa Pork. Hold on, I'm trying to get it up here. Hold on. Take it from these guys. Purchase more salmon bacon. I'll take the bacon. You can keep the ham. I'm not really a big fan of ham, but I love bacon. Angel says, Raptor, you've always been polite to me. And glad you got it. Raptor, do you want to be a moderator? If new people show up and they see Raptor's got a wrench, they're going to respect your authority. They're going to respect your authority. Icon says I can deal with the ham. It's all right. I mean, I can eat it, but I don't know, like thin sliced deli ham with, you know, with some cheese, melted cheese. That might be good, but I'm not a big fan of ham in general. There's just something about it I don't like. Oh, Uncle Bones, are you still here? You haven't heard nothing from you in a while. Get your wrench there. Boom. There you go. All right. Well, so I don't know. I don't know if we're going into a period of time where people are in the interest in paranormal stuff is waning or not. It looks like, just based on my TV guide, that with all the cancellations, it looks like there's, I mean, this isn't very good scientific measurement here, but there seems to be more cancellations of paranormal live streams than new shows. There seems to be more shows going away than shows starting up. So I don't know. Angel says, Raptor, Lux channel, I really do not have to do anything. He handles any issues unless the spam bots stack. Yeah. And spam bots are obvious. It's just when you got an individual talking crap, you know, I like to just go ahead and make that decision myself because, yeah, you know, just a. So if they're going to be mad, they're going to be mad at me, not a moderator. Ida says, hello, Lockbeard, welcome back. How are the bees doing? Bees are doing okay. The bees are doing okay. They're over there being. It's getting cool. It's starting to get cool. We got down to 30s, it looks like, last night. So the bees are starting to, you know, hunker down a little bit. Robert says, no, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello, Uncle Bones. Angel says, my internet is slower than normal tonight. It has been pouring all day. And welcome, Ida. We're getting ready to close her out, but welcome to the chat. Ida, do you want a wrench? Almost everybody wants a wrench. Let's see if I can go back on YouTube. Icon says we went from 80s 2 days ago to 33 degrees tonight. Yeah, we kind of had the situation. It was pretty warm a couple days ago, and now having very refreshingly cool temperatures. I will take it. It'd be nice if it would not get below the 30s, but it probably will. Let's see here. Actually, let me see what's going to be tonight. Get down to 30s tonight. And over here in eastern Oklahoma, no, it's going to get down to low 40s. 43. That's good. That's good. I can live with that. I already read that. Wrenches and Hose, the Sleeping Beauty. Raptor says, no, Miss 38 tonight in Kentucky. So over summer, yeah, it's just too damn hot. Such a problem. Raptor says, no wrench, I'm not good at it. Well, you don't got to do anything. On the Lockbeard channel, you don't got to do anything with your wrench. I don't care. There's nothing to do. You just got a wrench so that when new people show up, they see Raptor crazy and he's got a wrench and they respect your authority. Now, you're not going to do anything to them, but they're going to respect your authority. All right. Well, we're over 2 hours. Catch a couple more chats here. Many of those shows took off during the vid lockdowns. Now people are back out and about, so maybe less viewers. It could be. Could be. All right. It says thank you for the wrench. You're welcome. Now everybody with a wrench, abuse Raptor. Abuse him. All right. I don't know exactly what's going to be the subject matter next week. Not going to be any random lives, as far as I know, because I got limited time. I got limited streaming available to me from StreamYard right now. Stephen Beatty says hashtag respect. Icon says I wouldn't have minded a couple weeks of 70 yet, but we have had enough heat this year. Yeah, well, 100 degrees sucks ass. 61 tomorrow for the high. This is Raptor. Good night, everyone. Good night, Locks. Sleeping Beauty. Thanks. Good night. Icon says yes, all the lockdown drama queens found other shit to do. We had a good evening, says Raptor. All right, everybody. Hopefully, going over the damn TV guide isn't too boring, but maybe some you guys saw some shows, some new shows that maybe you might like, and if there maybe you saw that there were some shows that you're aware of, some regularly scheduled live stream shows about paranormal subjects that might belong on the schedule somewhere. And so let me know. Just let me know. Email me or comment down below if you have a show that you're watching that isn't on the live stream TV guide. I'm going to try and get that where it's made public again. I don't know what the problem is right now, but I'll try and fix that. Not too bad. Not bad, Raptor. We're going to get up to 56. Icon says, have a good night. Sleeping Beauty. All right. Thank you, guys.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Oh man, I hate they cut that off. I don't know. StreamYard, you suck. Rapper says, Mr. No, that's good outside working weather in our area. Icon says, when it gets down to your last couple of StreamYard hours, just let the stream run. You could jump on whenever you want until StreamYard kicks you off. Yeah, my understanding is if I have, because you have 20 hours a month. So if I got half an hour left and I start streaming, I think StreamYard will not cut that stream off, so I could stay on for days. But I ain't doing that. Same here, Raptor. Enjoy it, says Icon. All right, everybody. See you next week.